Hey guys, it's me Stephanie, or Steffi Bella. I'm here today with a lot of acquisitions as well as some works in progress. If you want to know where you can follow me on social media, I'm going to link it down in the description box below. I am going to go ahead and get started though. So last video I had mentioned that I cast on some socks, 2 at a time, toe up, for my very first pair, and that I was going to rip them out. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that video of me ripping them out. And so I ripped them out and I recast them onto my size, I believe these are size 2. Yeah, they're size 2 ChiaoGoo red lace needles. If you want to know what needles I'm using, I linked them in the video, the previous video. But this is my progress so far. So I have made it past the toe, and I'm about halfway through the actual foot section. And I'm really happy with the way that they've turned out. And I'm also really surprised that there is almost no laddering. I don't usually use magic loop method, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying doing 2 at a time socks. And I'm obsessed with buying sock yarn every time we go to the yarn store, which you will notice when I show you my acquisitions. I apologize. I am not really wearing any makeup today, and I sound like boo. I don't know if it's allergies or something else, but something's going on in here, and that would also explain my sniffling, so I apologize ahead of time. So I'm going to be doing a lot of that. Another thing I cast on last night. If you follow me on Instagram, again, you will have seen that I caked up that hank of yarn that I showed a couple videos back. The Cascade Heritage Silk Paints yarn. It's 437 yards, made in Peru. If you don't remember it, this is what it looks like caked up. So as I'm caking this up, I start getting into a nice little rhythm, and then what happens? It tangles up. And I'm like, oh no, because I don't have a Swift, so I'm thinking maybe I should invest in one now, because I was literally untangling this skein of yarn, this hank of yarn, for an hour, maybe a little bit more than that. And at one point, when I was winding it on the ball winder, it had somehow wrapped itself underneath the part that the yarn is on, and so I couldn't undo it, and it literally just like ripped in half. So I was just like, screw it. So there's a knot somewhere in this yarn, and when I get to that part, I'll probably just snip it, depending on where I am in my pattern, and then just add it on, or I will try to I don't know what the joint is called, but you take your darning needle and you sew back into the yarn a little bit and loop the other end in before you pull it taut, and then sew in that end the other way. So I'm not sure which I will decide yet. I'm gonna pause for a second. Sorry about that. Somebody decided to sneak out onto the balcony. She's not very happy with me. So I'm gonna go put her inside real quick. Just wanted to show you my other baby. Okay, sorry about that. There shouldn't be any more interruptions. So anyways, I am using this yarn to make a shawl, and it is a knit along. I believe the Ravelry person's name is J.L. Fleckenstein, or I Live on a Farm. It's one of those. I'll link it down below. I had seen on Ravelry that if you purchased the pattern before Valentine's Day, that it would be free. So I was like, okay, I'm game. I love a free pattern. So I have, it's a Valentine's Day or a Valentine's cow knit along. So I've only gotten, I think, 13 rows into the first section, and this is what it looks like. So there's a little picot edge on this side, and so far every row has been knit. So I'm pretty sure there's a part of the pattern where it's going to be stockinette, so the edging, I believe, is going to be garter. So like I said, I'm on row 13, and then you repeat rows 14 to 17 until you have 25 stitches, and that's the first section. So I believe I'm going to be working on that today. If you want to see my progress on that, I will most likely be posting on Instagram as well as my Ravelry. I'm pretty good about linking my projects there. If you want to ever check that out, I'll probably post that in the description box below also. So there's my little shawl, the beginning of shawl, Valentine's Day shawl. And so this weekend I kind of went on a mini shopping frenzy because both Michael's and Joann's had Joann's had a 50% off one regular item, as well as 40% off one regular price item, and also a 20% off your total purchase for items that were not doorbuster items. So I went to Joann's and I purchased some Devra Norville collection Serenity sock weight yarn by Premier Yarns in the color Chili. Is there a lot? There's a lot. Lot number 3059. I don't know if that matters to you, but here's the label. And some people are walking by, so I'm gonna pause it for now so that you don't hear them talking. Okay, sorry about that again. There shouldn't be any more disruptions this time. Crossing fingers, knock on wood. So here's the color. I'm gonna show you the color. There's like purples, cream, and green and blue. So I'm curious to see how this will knit up. Here is the label. So maybe it'll look like that sock. I'm hoping that the main color will be purple. I like purple. I'm thinking about making my sister some socks with these. So I got 2 of those, because I'm pretty sure you need 2, 1 for each sock. And I don't know where to put these, because I'm outside and the table outside is pretty dirty. What else did I get? I think that is all I got from Joann's. I also purchased, they have a dress form. I purchased that so that when I do open up an online store, I can use that to use it for like scarves and stuff like that. So it was originally $99. It was on clearance for $30, and I used the 20% off coupon because it wasn't a doorbuster, and so I ended up paying $25 and some change for a dress form that was originally $100, which I can't show you because I have that in my storage right now. But I was so excited when I saw that. I was literally walking out the door with my had already purchased my stuff, and I went to the car and told my husband that dress form is it's on clearance for $29. He was like, well, go get it. And I was like, okay, see you later, I'll be back. Like, he didn't even need to say it twice. I was already back in there, like, okay, I'm ready to go. And I wanted to make sure it wasn't a doorbuster so that I could use that 20% off total purchase coupon, and thank God it wasn't. So that was my Joann's. Yesterday I went to Michael's, and the first thing I went to go look at was their tote bags. I had posted a video of the cute little tote bags that they had that I wanted. They're originally $7.99. They were on clearance for 60% off. So I got it for a little over $3, I believe. And this is the one that I picked. Knitting is my cardio. So I wanted to show you the package that it came in case you were wondering, so that when you go to Michael's you can get it. And here it is right now, holding everything I'm going to share with you. It's a good size bag. Can fit some stuff in there. Let me see if it. So it's 13.5 inches by 13 3/4 inches. And it's not boxed out on the bottom, so it's just flat, which is okay because I'll be using it for yarn, because I purchased tickets for me and my best friend to go to Stitches West. I didn't know that they were going to be here so early. I believe they were here in February last year, so I can't remember. I think I was on Instagram and somebody had posted about Stitches West, and I went like, I clicked on the link. I was like, oh my God, is that already gonna be here? So I went and snatched up some tickets before it was too late and before I didn't have the money to buy them. So that's where I will be on Saturday, this Saturday, the 20th. I wanted to go Friday, but my husband has to work, so it would just be too much of a hassle to go right after I take my son to school, fight the traffic all the way to San Jose, maybe only spend like an hour there, which would kill me to only spend an hour there, and then drive all the way back to pick him up from school. So we're just gonna go on Saturday because my husband is off and I'm off, so I get to spend a long time there, depending on how tired my friend gets, because she said that she can knit, but I don't really know how well or what her abilities are. I think she mentioned to me before that she wanted to relearn or learn more, so I'm willing to show her. So maybe I'll help her pick out some yarns, and then we can do like a little girls' day and do like a knitting session or something. So that's that. And since we're talking about Stitches West, when I was in the yarn store last month, they had asked me, have you ever been to Stitches West? And I said no, but I really, really wanted to go. And of course my husband rolled his eyes because he was like, great. So they said, what you want to do is maybe go on Ravelry and pick out a couple of patterns. That way when you get there, you know what yarn you would need or whatever. That way you're not just like going there and you're just like, what do I want? Because whenever I go to Joann's and Michael's, I do that. If I don't have a list, I'm just like, what do I want to get? What do I need? And then I end up buying yarn I don't need, and I have to go back again anyways. So I've made a little list here On here I have the Allegria Shadow Shawl, the Trillium Shawl, the Atwood Shawl, Quicksilver Shawl, which I just purchased this morning, so I will be definitely getting yarn for that. The Silver Shawl and the Tannhaus Broke Shawl. Obviously I'm not going to be able to afford to get yarn for all of the shawls. I put stars next to the ones that I really want to get. I believe most of these are paid for patterns. I will link all of them down below so that you can all see how gorgeous they are. And then right next to the name of the pattern, I put the yards that I would need and the yarn requirements. So fingering yarn is what most of them are, as well as the needle requirements, because I want to make sure that I don't need to buy needles while I'm there, because I don't know if they're going to be cheaper there or if it would be cheaper for me to just get them online. So I'm just going to wait and see. I also have an interchangeable needle set that my husband got me for Christmas, and a matter of fact I'm gonna go grab it right now. Okay, so my husband bought me this boy interchangeable needle set it was either last year or the year before for Christmas, and I'm using the size 4s right now for the shawl, the size 4s, and the longest cable, I think that's what it's called, cable wire for that one, because I don't know how big the shawl is going to get, but I'm pretty sure that that cable should be long enough. It says I have, what's sad is that I have 9s and 10s missing from here, but I believe the 9s are in another project bag because those are my preferred size needle when I make hats. So I know that those are there. I'm positive the number 10s are somewhere in a bag as well, but this is what it looks like inside. So it's sizes 2 through 10. And it comes with the little stoppers and the extenders, as well as the keys to help you screw on the needles. So if you don't have an interchangeable needle set, boy, I only got that brand because it was the cheapest one. I'm pretty sure that there are other better brands, but they're really pricey. So if you can afford it, then get them. I wanted some Knitter's Pride, but I sometimes when I'm really stressed out and I'm knitting, which is why I knit, to help me de-stress, I grip really tight and I don't want the needles to snap, and that would kill me if I spent that much money on some needles and they just snapped in half like that. So that's why I got the metal ones as well as the price, and I got them on Amazon. Amazon is like my go-to price checking place. So if I can find the link for those, I'll link them down in the description box for anyone that's interested. But definitely if you're looking for some interchangeable needles, I would recommend those. Because that way you're not like waiting to buy a pair of size of needles for a project. You can just start them right away. Okay, so back to my Michaels purchase. I purchased this tote bag. The Knitting is My Cardio tote bag, and something not yarn related. They have these journals. I got the budget one. So you can do your year budget, and so every month, I guess, I think there's like 13 sections. You do your budget here, and then you write down your bills on this side, and then you can write down your expenses here, and they think they give you 3 pages for that, and then budget graph. I still have to figure that out. Oh, it's easy. You just color up to how much, dollar amount you've spent. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you saw that or not. I couldn't see over the thing, but so I have this because I already do this every month when it's time to pay our bills. That way I know what we need to pay. But I do it on like a notepad. So I just figured this would just be easier. It's in a notebook. It's all in one place. I would have printed out printable pages if I had a printer and internet, because I do have some saved on a Pinterest board. So I'll probably do that at some point also. Excuse me. And then I got some Vanna's Choice Lion brand in navy. And I don't know if you remember me mentioning that Vanna's Choice is my go-to for hats. So I don't know. I think that might be true to color. I'm not sure. I got this from my husband because I had knit him a hat, and we went to his sister's house for dinner, and he left it in the garage where the dogs are, and one of the dogs had claimed it as his own. So my husband literally wore the hat once before it got peed on. So I'm going to knit him another hat. I crocheted him a beanie a long time ago, and that's his main beanie that he wears, so I'm glad to know that he likes it enough to wear it. Excuse me, to wear it as much as he does. But I would like to make him another one. And then I got another 2 skeins for some socks, some Patton's Croy Socks FX. 166 yards, and the color is Cascade Colors. So it's 4 ply, and there's greens and tans, browns, and blues, different kinds of like tealy blue. And I'm interested to see how this is going to knit up, because every strand is variegated, so it's not like this yarn here where you work a certain amount of stitches and then it changes to another color, work amount of stitches and change to the next color. All of these strands are twisted up 4 different colors for I don't know how long. And then I don't know if you can see this teeny tiny picture of the sock, but I'm thinking maybe that's what it'll knit up as. So I got 2 of these, and I think I'm gonna make my dad might like a pair of these colors. And then I got one more yarn. It's Premier Yarns. Cotton Fair is the name. 52% cotton, 48% acrylic, 317 yards. So I think I'm going to make the Rose City rollers in this yarn, because the Rose City rollers takes, excuse me for a second, where is the yardage? I think it said something like 330 yards or something like that. I can't find it on the pattern, but it said it on the Ravelry pattern page. 330. So I think, you know, I'll be cutting it closer, but I'm gonna make these for my best friend. She has like size 5 women's foot. So I think I'll be just fine. And so here's the label. And these are the colors. How pretty. These are so pretty. I love these colors. Just like lime green, gray, white, a little bit darker green, and a tealy blue. So pretty. I could literally just buy yarn in a skein or a ball or a hank like this, and I would literally just leave it on my bookshelf and just stare at it if I could. Like, you know how people have collections that they put on bookshelves? I could do that. I could stare at yarn and not do anything with it, and I think I would be happy. I also wanted to mention that since the last time I made a video, I made a binder for my knitting patterns. I'm pretty sure the last video was the last video. I showed my binder for my crochet patterns. I hadn't made one for knitting yet, so I went to Target and I bought this charcoal gray binder, and my crochet binder has a picture of me and my husband and my son on it, and this one just has some Star Wars stickers on a piece of paper that my son gave me. Excuse me. This is my, if you can tell, my favorite cup from the Breaking Dawn. I don't know if you can even see that. Breaking Dawn Twilight. I went to go see it in the theater. Wow. While my husband and my son went to go see Wreck-It Ralph, I went by myself and I went and got a cup because I needed a cup with their faces on it. So anyways, here's my binder. And I also went to Target. When I was at Target, I got these dividers. Now they say tortoise print, like tortoise shell, and I guess that's what it is, but I saw leopard print and that's why I got them. So I got 2 packs of those. Those were on clearance, regular $2.99. I got them for like, I think it said $2.08. So I got those. So I have all my patterns in here. These are my, I have a section for socks. Rose City rollers. I went to the library last week and printed out Mina's 2 at a time socks. So that's Mina from Knitting Expat podcast. And then this is the pattern that I'm using for the socks that I'm knitting now. I just found a random pattern on Pinterest and I don't even know if I have it like saved anywhere, but I wrote most of it down. It was a free pattern on there, and then I already showed you the toy patterns I have in here from Rebecca Danger Crafts. So that's that. And I had planned on going to the library today to print out all of the patterns that I have written down to get yarn for at Stitches West, so all the shawls and probably some more other patterns that I have queued and saved on Ravelry. But the library doesn't open until 1 o'clock today, and I don't have time to be sitting in the parking lot for 3 hours just to print out some patterns, even though I would. My husband wouldn't appreciate that though. He would definitely agree that there's more that I could be doing, like washing the dishes. Please. Who has time for that? I'd rather be knitting. So that's what I've been up to. I don't know what to expect from Stitches West. Right now I'm just making a list of things I need to bring with me so that I don't forget anything. I asked Zelda, Miss Z-Mail lady, what kind of, like, do they accept cards or cash only, because I had seen in her YouTube videos that she's been there before. So I had asked her a couple of questions, and she just said to, you know, bring your own tote bag, eat before you get there. I'll probably do that and bring snacks because I am a snacker. because it's kind of pricey and the place to eat is tiny. That's what she said. So those are good things to keep in mind. My friend that I'm bringing, my best friend, she's a fitness competitor, so she'll already have her snacks. We don't have to worry about her. So there's that. I'm excited about that. I don't think I can video tape anything while I'm there. So I will try and take as many pictures as I can. Hopefully that goes well, and then I'll probably just end up putting a slideshow together or something. Trying to think of anything else. I've been into watching a lot of podcasts lately. I think I binge watched Nicole of Hugh Loco. She's only got like maybe 10 podcast episodes, and then she's got like 4 or 5 tutorial videos. So awesome. Go check her out. I'm gonna link her below for sure. Yeah, I literally watched her videos, sorry, over 3 days. I easily could have watched them in one day, but my phone battery kept dying. So I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm gonna go off on a tangent here. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I accidentally dropped my phone in the toilet, so my case, I have a Mophie case, which is like an extra battery, but it's a case for your phone also. It got water damaged, and thankfully it's a good thing I had that case, because then my phone didn't get water damaged, just the case got water damaged. So my phone battery was dying really, really quickly because I didn't have that extra battery pack anymore. So I could have easily watched all of her podcasts and tutorials in one day, but there were things to do, like feed my child and charge my phone. The good news is I got a new case, yay! So we don't have to worry about that. So watch her podcast. I'm also watching knitting. I'm trying to name them off. I'll definitely link them all below if I don't mention them here. But so it's the Hugh Loco podcast. Her name is Nicole, and Andre Sue knits, Andy, and sometimes her husband, and she had her mom on there too. She's a sewist, so that was really nice to see mother and daughter on there. And then Mina from Knitting Expat. Sorry about that. My phone stopped recording and I was sitting here talking and talking and talking. I didn't realize it. So the podcasts I named off were Hugh Loco, Andre Sue Knits podcast, Knitting Expat, Mina, and then there's Gimme Yarn 418, Ming Mao, Z Mail Lady. I think she's I'll link it below. I don't remember what her podcast or her YouTube name is. I'm trying to think here. Let's see. Oh, The Fawn Knits. Her name is Laura. She's from Canada. Fawn Knits. And I just named them all off while my phone wasn't recording, and now I can't remember any of them. So that really sucks. But maybe that's my phone's way of telling me I need to stop talking, because I think the video is already like 35 minutes long, something like that. I'm gonna link all the podcasts below, all the projects I mentioned below. Everything's gonna be in the down bar, so make sure you check it out. You'll also be able to find where you can find me on social media. You can check down there. I'm gonna do my best to take some pictures and maybe some video for you guys this Saturday, so keep an eye out for that from Stitches West. And if you're gonna be there, I'm really shy, so you can come say hi to me. I'll probably be really awkward, but go ahead and say hi to me if you're there. So yeah, that's that. If I have anything else to share with you guys before then, I'll make a video. But until then, I'll see you on the interwebs. Have a great day. Bye.